What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Big Baby Jonathan here. What's poppin'? This Big Baby Jonathan here. Lakers Live post-game show with Aaron and Manny. Aaron and Manny, how's it going, man? Happy Sunday, man. Hope all is well.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It's always good. It's always a good Sunday when the Lakers get a win.
Almost definitely, man.
Facts.
Lakers win 108 to 94. Lakers 3-0 on the road trip, 5-2 on the year. 6 Lakers in double figures points tonight. Love the energy from LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Montrezl Harrell, Wesley Matthews chipped in with big 14-point shooter at 11 points, 5 assists. Kuz had 11, but I'm going to throw it to Aaron. Aaron, give us your thoughts about the game tonight overall. How did you like the effort tonight against the young Memphis Grizzlies squad?
Yeah, we just obviously we came out in the first half, and we just weren't there. Our defense was not there at all with these young guys. You can't. We always think that you want to come out there, beat the teams that have the most injured players. You have an advantage, but in reality, we know it's a 48-minute game. A team is going to try their best, even though they're banged up, and Memphis came out red hot shooting. They shot over 60% in the first half of the game. There was no Laker defense. We were shooting the ball terribly. We took too many 3-point attempts. And we were just missing the little jumpers. We just couldn't shoot. We just couldn't shoot great at all in the first half. Manny, what about you?
Yeah, the first half was horrible, especially the first quarter. We looked very disinterested. Like the problem is with the Lakers is this: when there's a player that's out or multiple players that are out, we end up making them go on a huge run. We end up making them have career highs every game. But I like that the second half we responded well. Fourth quarter we outscored them 31 to 19. Our field goal percentage was very good. We shot 46.1%. Field free throw percentage 3.43. Not so bad. Fast break points were at 17. And turnovers, we limited turnovers. Yes, we still had double digit turnovers, but the other games we've had 15 to 17 turnovers. This game we had 10. Not the worst game out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, man. Lakers defense needs to play better in the first half, man. Memphis started off shooting over 60% in the first half. Kyle Anderson had 18 points, 4 assists. Jones had 14 points, 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? And the other Jones had 14 points, 5 assists. They shot 41% from the field. Unacceptable defense. And 3-pointers, they shot 27%. Lakers defense, like we time and time again, layup, 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 layup. Lakers got to get together defensively. This is just ridiculous. Memphis is not a very good team, but they played great. I said in a pregame show that they're going to come out and play their best game, and that's what they did. Just Memphis just got confidence. When we went up, I think 8 or 9 points, Memphis called timeout, and then that's when Memphis turned it up. The Lakers kind of fell asleep a little bit, and they got punched in the mouth, and then finally the Lakers took over, and overall just liked the energy at the end of the first quarter. And the second quarter, it was like, okay, here we go. And then I already knew Lakers were playing around with Memphis. I saw them playing around. Okay, Memphis is not a good team this year. We're gonna play around. We're gonna turn up, and that's what happened. So, Aaron, what'd you think about the? Did you see the Lakers playing under competition, or did you see just lackadaisical performance in the first half?
I saw them just playing lackadaisical. They didn't look great.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense, they just weren't. You could look. They were playing man defense. To start the game. You're thinking, okay, well, we're playing man. We're not playing against the only. We have. They're center to worry about. They just looked lackadaisical. They were taking. They didn't even stop people at the rim. They were just Memphis. Honestly, what they say is they had a field day with the Lakers to start the game, and that's how they build momentum. When you let, no matter how good of a team you can be, no matter what your record is, it could be the worst team in the league you're playing, and they could still beat you. And it could be the first half and throughout the rest of the game, or it could be 15 minutes, 12 minutes of basketball, and then the second quarter you come out firing on all wheels, and we just did not come out at all within that first half. Our transition defense was terrible. We were giving up early turnovers, sloppy passes, and I felt like they were just kind of giving Memphis, what? Here's our game, and you know what? If we win this game, we win this game. If we lose it, it's not a big deal because we're going to play you in a few days anyhow.
What you think, Manny?
Well, I like the fact that the 3 points we've defended very well because Memphis, you can see here, they shot 27.3% from the 3 point range, and that's a very good job. Just because we've defended them very well. We shot right here. We shot 46. We shot 34.3% from the 3 point range, and to hold your opponent 27.3% is absolutely incredible because if you're shooting below 30%, that's horrible, and we've done great on that aspect.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And I love what the Lakers did in the second half. But speaking of the lackluster performance on the defense side, we're going to take a look at the highlights right here for you, Laker Nation. Right here, let's see here. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Can you guys hear me? Okay. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Let's keep it rolling, man. The highlights right here, man. LeBron takes it. Marc Gasol to LeBron, easy. That's barbecue chicken all day, you know. And you know what I mean. So what'd you think about these plays by LeBron, Aaron?
Definitely great. You know, he just, the man was on a roll for. I think we kind of were joking. We're like, or I think it was a Manny that says, I think he's going to get a triple double, and he was flirting with a triple double. I mean, he can make great passes. You got Gasol here. You got Gasol too, another great passer. They can make great plays. I'm glad to see him, shoot the ball a little bit tonight. But like when you have a guy like LeBron in your game, and if he's feeling it and he's making these terrific passes, you're on a good pace to get your offense waking up. Right,
okay. Real quick, Manny, I had a problem with that last possession right there. Close out on the three. You saw that when they're standing right open for threes. Close out, force them to drive.
It's absolutely frustrating.
It's pissing me off.
Yes, Memphis didn't shoot great from the 3-point line, but I feel like we can do better as a team to defend that. Instead of standing like freaking statues, we should have to be better with that. We need to defend it. That was a good that. I won't get mad at just because Dennis Schroeder did a good job contesting it. I just got lucky that it went in.
And then look at that closing lane.
Why are we leaving them opened?
Oh, that was good.
Wesley Matthews, what are you doing?
Let's see here.
See, you look at that. You're late. Too late.
THT actually tried there.
You try, but see, you have to go. You have to go out there, even if you're gonna try. You have to go back. See, they had numbers right there. You have Horton Tucker. That's just a rookie foul. That's just I'm gonna put my hands up, and I just bumped you because I did, and that was their and one possibility. Look at Wesley Matthews.
That was a nice play.
And shout out to Aaron for predicting it, because I talked about in the pregame show who was the surprise player. He said Wesley Matthews. He had a great game. 14 points. And the bench for the Lakers came in 40 points. Fast break points 17. So, Montrezl Harrell played a great game. Tonight. 16 points, 9 rebounds. He brought the energy. When he got rebounds, he'd be yelling that intensity that we need from him. But right here, overall, man, Wesley Matthews, see, right there, post up. That ever since that game, he didn't play well. And Wesley Matthews has been playing better. Defensively, offensively
He's stepping
too.
up.
But those floaters, man, Jones was hitting those crazy floaters tonight, man.
Yeah.
He's a terrific player,
Yeah, shout out to Duke.
Oh, yeah, right.
And, THT.
Yo, that was a nice finish.
That's your guy, John.
Yep.
You said THT. Let's go.
I had Montrez. He had a very good game. 16 points, 9 rebounds, and he shot 7 for 11 from the field. Very, very good for him.
Let's see here. Oh my God, unacceptable.
Oh, come on!
Valanciunas, man. He's that dude. The dude was great. I've seen him do. We all seen him do that play thousands of times.
Thousands of times, even on the Raptors, we saw that.
Yeah, he'll make you pay all the time.
Shout out to Vince. He was right about. He's right about that. He always says it, and he's right.
Look at this move by Anthony Davis.
Look at that. Oh.
Yo, I was watching the game with my dad, and me and him were both freaking out at that spin move by AD. That was nasty, man. That was nasty.
That's
in a good way, obviously.
Brother, man.
Oh, Dennis, the menace with the speed on that.
But the
Again,
defense.
defense.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Again, the defense right here. You have Wesley Matthews. Okay, you know what? You were a little just a hair late there. If you can't let them have any side leniency towards getting that shot in. I think they got some gimmies like that one. You're gonna contest it. You need a box out. You have to do that play right there. LeBron got lucky. Got
That was beautiful. A very good aggression.
great aggressiveness to the hole, but definitely, there's AD again picking off the pass. Great to see, and then take it out, kick it out. Wes Matthews, man, just buries that. That's great.
Irish spring green right there.
But I felt like they just didn't box out. There was plays like that. You're giving them a too easy to the hole, way too easy.
Because it was like a 19-point switch in that first half too. Lakers went up 9, and then they went on like a little bit of a run. You can't do that. But oh my god, layup after layup, layup after layup, layup
And
after layup.
and then dunk after dunk after dunk. Yeah, I
That's-
agree. It's
and
unacceptable.
it needs to be changed. I know it's 7 games of the season. You gotta get it changed. AD dominating. But look at right here. Oh, right there. But one thing I didn't like tonight, Manny, real quick, transition defense was not good tonight.
Absolutely.
Unacceptable. You gotta get back. If you missed the dunk, don't just stand there. Run your ass back.
Keep going. Absolutely.
See,
And then look, Gasol and AD, the two big on the team, they should block those. I don't know why they're just standing there like statues.
what's up? More than the game was good. Thank you for tuning into the
That was my
Lakers
score.
Live post game show. Appreciate you.
Oh, great. See, look again. Nobody.
Nobody covering at the 3-point line.
Yeah, nobody guarding him. They're gonna make you pay. Teams will make you pay regardless. AD man, trying to make the pass. I think he should have just gone right in the hole. He could have done that, but then Trez gets the handle for that. So, here we go. We're closing a little bit. We're doing a little bit better. The third quarter still sloppy defense here. No one coverages here. That's a wide open three, and the odds are either you're gonna make it or you're just or you're gonna miss it. But AD being aggressive here towards the end of the third, which is great.
What you think, Manny?
Honestly, these open looks are getting on my nerves. Like, I don't like this. Let's see this here.
But a shout out to Harold, man. He brought the energy in that third quarter, rebound the ball, getting tips in, just his energy, and that's the Montrezl Harrell we need. That is the Montrezl Harrell we need for us to win back-to-back championships. Right here, LeBron.
Beautiful.
And I'm shout out to LeBron for basically taking over that game, and the Lakers outscored the Grizzlies 31-19 in the fourth quarter. And if LeBron plays like this every game, no one's gonna beat us, because I'd say this time and time again, when LeBron beats aggressive, it's hard to stop him. It's hard to stop him. But once again, layup.
Keeps happening.
Unacceptable. But LeBron pulls up for 3 right here, top of the key, wet like water.
Oh,
He just makes that shot look so easy. It's like I'm just gonna take the ball. I'm gonna just stand on. Let's see. Let me plant my feet right at the edge of the logo. I'm just gonna bury it. He doesn't even change his footing. If you even realize that some players will try and chuck the shot up, and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep my form. I'm gonna just do my thing here. It was great. It was it's just there's second to Kobe Bryant too. There was somebody there's somebody like LeBron on your team. You want to close out the game. That's your guy right here. Whether it's him or AD working together. Obviously, we saw it in the game. AD and LeBron with that screen and roll combo, which was great. I'm glad to see AD got some more buckets there. He didn't look completely locked in this game. Here we are. We're up by 8. Thinking, okay, cool momentum. Dennis the Menace, unbelievable.
that floater by Dennis the Menace, man. Insane.
Yeah, man, but it's the first time Lakers played with fans in attendance this season, man. The Memphis had the fans in attendance, man. It feels kind of good for the Lakers to play in front of fans, man. You know what I mean, Aaron?
Absolutely. I think obviously, I think it's great. I think it's great to see fans in the building. It definitely helps. The few people that were there, that were sitting there and enjoying the game. If they were Lakers fans, look at that. That's just beautiful basketball.
Gorgeous. I agree.
Yeah. I think it was great. I think it's good to see, a little bit more normalcy. We'll get there eventually, LA. We'll get there, as they've been saying is, as long as everything, people are being safe about it, and things get eventually back to normal, everybody will be in the stands at Staples Center and we'll eventually get there. But, it's great. I love it. It's good to see. And obviously, shout out Marcus Saul, first time back in that building again since he left. It's great to see. I thought he'd put up more numbers. What'd you think, Manny?
About the attendance thing, like I'm very happy to see like we're slowly starting to get fans back, but I don't know if we're gonna get the full capacity yet because, of course, we're living in a pandemic and it's not going to be easy. But yeah, shout out to Marcus Saul for going back to Memphis. That franchise treated him well, and they shouted him out before the game. It was very nice.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And if you guys have questions for us, put them in the comment section down below. And unfortunately, there will be no fans on the show tonight. We'll discuss that more in a later date. You guys will come on, but for today, no fans. But if you guys have questions for us, put them in the comment section down below. And I do have a question from my boy Vince. What you guys think? Aaron, what you think about this?
Let's see question. I don't think it was for the first Vince. I don't think it was the first 20. I don't think it was the first 20 games. I think it was like the first 10. I think first 10 games or so, we were having issues. I think by the time we got to like 15 or so, like right around there, kind of fluctuate. I think that's when we were really clicking. But I mean, to be honest, Vince, it happens. You're putting new pieces together. Some players that haven't played with each other before. The returning players, obviously, it's no big deal. It's like bread and butter. But definitely, I think things will click. Once everybody gets comfortable with coverages, where people like their sweet spots, running plays, running things more towards suited for them, and I could expect things to be changing. How about you, Manny?
Honestly, I feel like we clicked in that March where we beat Milwaukee and then beat the Clippers. That's when I feel like we always has the chemistry, but I'm still like during those two wins is when we really, really had a bunch of chemistry. And then unfortunately the pandemic hit. We went through lockdown. But then the good news is we still had that during the bubble. We played we played a little. I mean, we played a little lackluster at before the playoffs, but then during the playoffs, we just dominated everybody. Like Portland, barbecue chicken. Houston, barbecue chicken. Denver, barbecue chicken, and then Miami. We got one of these.
Yeah, most definitely, man. We did great last season and we won the championship. Tonight I just felt like the Lakers overall and the team watching it. My thought overall about it, Lakers just were playing around and then they had to turn up when they needed to. LeBron took over. AD, it's like Lakers are playing with their house money. They know when to turn it on. Lakers have championship experience. We got hella people that have championship experience on this Laker team. LeBron, AD, Morris, and Dudley, veteran leaders. So he's gonna get these guys right. So it's just 7 or 8 games in the season right now. We still got things to work on. Defense, closing the lane, defending the three, and defending without fouling. Because I noticed we defend and then foul too much. We gotta do a better job of that. We're 3-0 on the road, and that shows. And I said, remember how we struggled the first couple games at home? We lost to Clippers in Portland. I said, once they went on the road, maybe this road trip is going to work for Lakers. And sure enough, it is, man. You know what I mean? So, Aaron, what you think, man?
Piggyback off of you. I'd say this road trip is showing, more chemistry for them to work on. And you could see that. You could see everybody's getting a little bit more comfortable with each other. Obviously those games that we won, that to start the season, they weren't comfortable wins really with them. They felt like they could have been done a lot better. And obviously we could sit here and talk about their defense for a whole segment because, I think this year they're realizing that you have to step up. You don't have shot blockers on your team. I mean, you have Gasol, you have Davis. They get shot blocked. Occasionally you'll get random shot blocks. We got some tonight. Um, but definitely, it's got to be a full team effort. So on the defensive end, it can't be one guy trying to stop the ball. You got to have people that are closing the paint out because those teams that still have like the Denver teams and the teams that still have their big traditional centers, those are the guys that are going to say, "Oh, look at this! I have the paint wide open, and they don't have a big guy really guarding the paint. So I'm going to make them pay because they're not having anybody box out, and they're not having anybody contest the shots." How about you, Manny?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I agree with that. Like defense, I feel like needs to get better. We need to have. I feel like we're missing like a true rim protector. Like we said it a few times on the show in the past. Like Hassan Whiteside would be nice. Clint Capella would be nice. But like defending the three, we've been doing all right, I guess. But I feel like another rim protector would be nice. Other than that, I think our team is perfect. Like 5-2, chemistry is on top of the world. To tell you the truth, 5-2 in the season. What are we? First place in the West, tied with them with Phoenix. Very good.
Well, speaking of Phoenix, man, they were down 30. Now they're down 4 versus the Clippers. That's crazy. Wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers lost that lead and lost the game. But my boy Jay, had he said, "Whiteside, where you at, my boy?" He's in Sacramento. You know what I mean? And he's been struggling in Sacramento. Would not be surprised down the road he gets bought out and he would work well for us. Bring him in. All he needs to do if he comes to the Lakers, rebound and block shots. Rebound and block shots, run the floor, and Whiteside is good. Rim protector too. That's what we need. Maybe just Lakers should just try to throw Devontae Kick out there, Giannis's brother. Kufis Kumpo. Lakers need to go try it because I'm getting sick and tired of these layups all game. Rebounds, no rings. Defense with championships. So Lakers gotta step up their defense each and every night. I'm tired of this lackluster. They need to talk. And when you give up layups, don't go. It's fine. Work on it, get better. What do you think, Aaron?
Got to piggyback off of you too because it just we could sit here and look. Obviously, yes. Whiteside. If we get to it where the Lakers want to make a trade and they want to make an opportunity to make a trade to get him, then you have to look at where your team is at now and how the rotations and all that stuff would change. I think it's a little too early. I know that his name will probably be thrown around a lot, but definitely I'd say obviously it's got to be a whole team effort. Like I was saying before, is everybody has to go after the loose balls. You have to go over if someone misses a shot, you got to box out. Even if you're not a traditional center, if you have an opportunity to box out a smaller guard that's there, don't let a smaller guard beat you inside the paint because you were lacklustered and you weren't thinking about where the ball was. We just got to be smart. I give it, I'd say let's see how things go. After this road trip, after Tuesday, we'll know a little bit more about how our team plays. Second time visit, but I'd say just give it time, and I think our chemistry will be there. How about you, Manny?
Honestly, it was back to what John said, like the fact that we're giving up these layups, and then we just go like this, and we don't run. We need to run. We need to run and get back on defense, get back on offense. Like it's tiring when that happens, but look, it's a long season. We'll get there, I guess. Like it's an early season. We'll get there. It's not gonna be it's gonna be a process.
Yeah, most definitely. It's gonna be definitely a process, man. Long season, and it's gonna be a tough battle, against Memphis again on Tuesday. You know what LeBron said in his press conference after the game. He says these games are gonna be kind of like playoffs. Let's say Memphis beats it, or let's say if it would have lost tonight, then we have to scout and figure out what to do. It's kind of like that. I think this schedule is kind of good, so it can get built up for the playoffs. What do you think, Aaron?
I agree. It helps because you end up playing teams for a 7 game series in a playoffs.
Uh-huh.
Same team, it's the first game, as they say, is the first game is either gonna be you're gonna one team is gonna blister the other one, and then the next night, whether or not whatever happens, the other team or you might come out and dominate them again. I think obviously this is good for the Lakers to say, what, we're getting opportunities. We're gonna have an opportunity later on in the week to see Houston twice, just like the same road trip. I think it'll be great. It's great for the team. It helps them build chemistry on each other. Where people are going to be, and just form a tighter bond with each other.
What do you think, Manny?
Like I said before, it's a long season. Yes, it might help us for the playoffs, but it's a long season. Like we're 5-2 or we're 2-5. It's a long season. Mistakes happen. And to go back to what Aaron said about the first game of the season, like it either makes you or breaks you. Like it's a long season. We'll get there.
Yeah, it's a long season. We'll get better from this, and it's a marathon. It's a long journey, and it's very long. So, we're gonna have our ups, downs, highs, lows. We're gonna have games where we get blown out, but we'll get better from it. You know what I mean? We'll get better as a team and win the championship game. Because I have all the confidence we'll get this done. You know, I don't trust the Clippers. I don't trust the Suns. I don't trust the Rockets, Nuggets. Nobody's gonna beat us. I have all the confidence in the world. Lakers gonna repeat. So, what do you think about that, Aaron? What are your thoughts about that?
Um, we're definitely title contenders again to repeat. Um, you know, as they say, it's a new season. Everybody, no matter what, these teams that we faced in the bubble that are there, obviously with Portland and Denver, they're definitely going to come out and be still looking at the Lakers. You don't forget, just like whenever we play the Heat later on in the year, when
Mm-hmm.
we play the Heat, those teams that we beat in the bubble are gonna feel that little burn, that little extra motivation to say, you know what? They don't have Dwight Howard, they don't have JaVale McGee anymore, they don't have Avery Bradley. Well, even if we didn't have them in the bubble either, but they're going to say, well, you know what? I want to try and take this away from them. I want to give them an opportunity to be down in a series again and actually keep them down. And I think it's fuel to the fire. To be honest, um, I never will just immediately say we're going to win a championship because in the end, defense is going to win you a championship. Your offense, your shooting, a mixture of everything. And obviously, a team effort. It's got to be. It can't just be LeBron and AD that we're relying on for keeping up the offense. Everybody has to contribute. And they start even when they're out and we have a bench game that's in there, they have to contribute. We have to have, and that's why we have 11 guys on our bench that we can actually go to because we are a very versatile team.
Go ahead, Manny.
I have no doubt that we're gonna win. Absolutely, I think we're gonna win the championship. Like, yes, it's a long season, but look at the teams that we're up against. Phoenix, Chris Paul is what 36, 37. He's gonna need some help with Booker and Ayton. The Clippers, we know the Clippers. They're known for choking. They're known for not showing up in the playoffs. Yeah, like the West is definitely ours. Now the East is gonna be hard to tell because you got Brooklyn, you got Boston, you got Philly, you got Toronto, you got all the teams like that. But championship, like I think we're gonna get an 18th championship.
My boy Vince had a question. It's going to be a tough. We should repeat. Shout out to John for saying, watch out for Philly. They are good with Seth Curry. And it's going to be interesting who comes out of the East.
I agree.
But do you think Philly's going to be... I think Philly's going to be a problem, but I feel like Doc Rivers chokes in the playoffs. He had it with Clippers. He had DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Jamal Crawford, Matt Barnes. Also, they had a very championship... That Clipper team had a championship contending team. And that shit, they had... According to people outside the media, that Clipper team last year was a championship contending team, but to me, they weren't. I knew they were going to choke, but I don't know about Philly. I feel like it's, keep it real, Boston and Milwaukee. Those are, and Brooklyn, but Brooklyn lost tonight to Washington, and I feel like Brooklyn, hasn't got that chemistry yet, and Spencer Davis is out for the season, so that's going to be a tough blow. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that, Aaron? Who do you think is going to come out the East? I know it's just 7 games in, but that was my question from my boy Vince. Shout out to my boy Vince.
Um, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Philly actually does have a strong push to possibly go to the Eastern Conference Finals because let's get out let's ignore the fact of what Doc Rivers did on the Clippers. He had a different team. He doesn't have the same team he had with the Clippers. Yes, he has Dwight Howard. We know what he did for us last year. He's got Danny Green, which we're not going to get into his numbers, but we're thankful we made a trade. Um, but you look at them; they're 5-1 to start the year. And honestly, you can't, look at Cleveland. Look what JaVale McGee is doing for the Cavs. The Cavs have been a lot. Cavs were a laughing stock after LeBron left them again. So there's other teams I could see that could make the Eastern Conference very interesting this year. The West we know is stacked. We know we have, I wouldn't count the Phoenix out because Chris Paul is Chris Paul. Devin Booker, tremendous player. They were great in the bubble. A lot of people forget they had a great push and they could have very much easily made the playoffs. And had a better record in there too. But they did a late push. I could expect them to be floating around, and definitely it should be a tight race. I think we'll have a tight race a little bit towards first in the Western Conference as well. I'm not too worried about it. I'll take first or second. Um, but definitely it's going to be very interesting between the East and the West this year.
Yeah, it is, man. What do you think about the Atlanta Hawks this season, Aaron?
They're good. You have. I'm actually, I'm glad at least Rajon is over there to help with,
Mm-hmm.
with Trey Burke. So I'm happy. Look at them; they're 4-2. Um, when you have veterans on your team to help you, you can't go wrong. You have people that are supporting you, giving you a better environment to go for it. And obviously, it helps that there's no bubble too, so everybody's playing. You're comfortable. You're doing your pregame, your normal pregame stuff. There's a little bit different stuff with the COVID protocols that they have to follow, but it's playing in your own arena, doing your own traditional stuff, and you're around. They have more veteran leadership around them.
What do you think, Manny?
About the Hawks, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they look good. Like I have them as one of my contenders. Like if they could come out of the East, I won't be surprised. There's also like the Pacers too could do something. They
Mm-hmm.
they got a good team. They got a very good front court. Raptors, I'm not counting them out. They still have Siakam. They still have Lowry. They still have Van Vliet. And there's Boston. They got Tatum, Brown. Who knows when Kemba Walker's coming back? And you got the Bucks with Giannis, obviously. Drew Holiday was a great pickup for them. Yeah, the East is very hard to call. Any of those teams I named can definitely make the finals.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough battle out of the East. It's gonna be a tough battle each and every night for the East Conference teams that we just mentioned, and it's gonna be a crazy, crazy rest of the season, man. But what are your guys' final thoughts overall? We'll start with Aaron. Give us your final thoughts, Aaron.
I say, the game was okay. The game was not the best today. We got to win. A win is a
Mm-hmm.
win. No matter whatever way you want to put it, whether you win by 1, whether you win by 10, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter. They definitely are going to look. I think they're going to definitely look over the film. I was happy. We only had 10 turnovers in the game. I said 10 or less because the last show we did, I was saying less than 10. So you know what? I'll take 10 turnovers. I'm not too worried about that, but definitely I want the turnovers to go down again for the next game, and I want them to just look this over and say, okay, well, how can we be better?
What do you think, Manny?
My
Give
final
us your
thoughts.
mm-hmm.
My
Go
final
ahead.
thoughts, basically, like I'm very impressed with the fact that we held them to 27.3% of the 3-point range. Very, very good. I know we gave them some open looks, but like I'm very impressed that we're trying at least to defend the three. Yes, some possessions weren't great, but It's good, and the rebounding I think has been very good as well. It's been improving. Keep this up. I think we could go on a pretty big winning streak.
Yeah, me too, man. My final thoughts: Lakers got it done. It's gonna be a tough battle on Tuesday. Thank you everybody for watching today's live post game show, and we'll talk to you guys next week, Tuesday. Talk to you guys later.
Ciao, guys.
All right.